And it's empowering, my friends. It's empowering to know of this connection and to feel this connection and to live in a life without fear. It really is empowering. And the way to live in a life without fear, my friends, I mean, it might sound strange, but I've found that by not profiting from people, by doing all I can to help people, and by smiling at everyone and just realizing the connection I have with everyone, every person I look at, I view that person as myself. This is an incredibly empowering thing, folks, and the difference it's made to my life is absolutely remarkable. It absolutely has. When you can do that, the rest becomes a lot easier to deal with. When you find out about this information, all that's really happening is that you're looking at the problems that this world actually faces. And this really has to be done in order for us to fix the problems. So we can move and get this consciousness evolving, folks, the way I keep talking about. And also remember that everything is as it should be. This is exactly how the consciousness wakes up and how it evolves. It has to get negative so that we can choose the positive. One cannot exist without the other. I mean, don't be apathetic. I've often said that. Don't be apathetic. Don't fall into listlessness. And don't do nothing. You know, resist the urge to just lock yourself away in fear or to ignore it all. Just step away from the fear and stand up and truly come into your own power and be who you truly are. And stepping away from fear, folks, as I just said, it's easy when you know how. You just have to understand your connection. Understand your connection to others, and you realize that there's absolutely nothing to fear. And when you do this, you begin to understand your purpose in life, and ultimately your purpose is the same as everyone else, and that is to achieve oneness with the infinite source of all. And as I always say, folks, all roads lead to Rome. There is nowhere else to go, ultimately. No matter what path you take, you will eventually return to source. That's what happens. Eventually, we each arrive at this oneness with the infinite source of all, as a result of the progression we make during our lives. I've said this all to you before, I know I have, but I just felt like a lot of it needed to be said again. Remember, one of the best ways to bring this information to people, one of the best ways to spread the word about the true nature of reality, about everything that I talk about on this show, is to lead by example. If you can put yourself in an energetic state of love, you will attract people to you. If you can be happy in all that you do and be joyous in all that you do and be in a state of praise all the time, understand that every emotion you have, I've said this often before as well, every emotion you have is literally a prayer. Your life is the prayer. Every emotion that you have, every emotionally charged thought that you have affects the field around you. So if you can be charging these thoughts with the power of the emotion of love, then you charge the field around you with this energy. You're walking around with this aura around you that simply attracts people to your energy. And when you look at every person, when you're speaking to that person, treat that person as you would be treated yourself. Understand that you are talking to yourself. This is simply another frequency of the same consciousness that you're part of that doesn't have the information that you have to share with them. And if you can not force that information down their throats, but simply be in a state of love and just talk about things and do it from a very calm and eloquent center, you will be surprised at the difference you can make with people. You really will. You can't force information down people's throats. They don't like it. Nobody likes it. You don't like it. Think about it. Do you like someone coming up and forcing their opinion down your throat? Of course you don't. But sometimes you'll meet someone that just has that aura. It just has that aura that makes you want to listen to them. What is that? What is that aura that some people have? What it is that this person has an understanding of energy. This person knows how to use the energy field. They know how to attract your attention. They know how to let your guard down, to break your guard down. But you'll find that whatever forces people use to do this, there is nothing more powerful than the force of love. And if you can truly understand that we are all connected, and you can really gain an understanding of your connection to everybody else and realize that these people are yourself, and put yourself in that energetic state, you can literally change the world around you with your emotions and your intentions. Intention is everything, my friends. I do everything that I do with the intention of changing this world into a better place. And I do everything I do with the intention of bringing love and knowledge to everybody that I come in contact with. And I'm nobody, folks. I don't pretend to be any sort of guru or any type of savior or anything. I'm just a person who understands my connection to everybody else. And so I wish to help all those around me. And it's made a remarkable difference to my life. It really has. And the way I have changed my world by simply being in this state is incredible. So if everybody did this, and having connected to the field and having seen the connection that we've had, because I literally did this one day, folks. One day I literally connected to the field. That's what caused me to start getting this information out to people. But having done this and having centered myself in the correct emotional state has literally changed my life. Actually, a lot of people have been asking me how I got to this position that I'm in with the information that I bring to you on all of these shows. So I might talk a little bit about that after the break and try to answer some of those emails and comments. But I think it's time for a break now. So we'll go and have a break, and I'll speak to you in a few minutes. Now, before the break, I was talking about the changes that I have experienced personally in my life and the things and people and circumstances that I've manifested into my life simply by giving to others. Now, sure, there were some rocky moments in this last 6 months, and these periods seemed quite negative at the time. And at the time, I was wondering how and why I had manifested all this negative stuff into my life. And yet, looking back on each of these occasions, I can now see a positive outcome. And I can see how I ended up benefiting from a spiritual and emotional level. And I can see the last of a few karmic debts being repaid. But anyway, all that aside, in regards to giving to others, what I wanted to mention here is the importance of discernment between giving and being taken from giving and being used and taken advantage of. If you're someone who gives freely of themselves and you're not emotionally and spiritually aware, then there are those who will very much seek to take advantage of your giving nature. People who will expect you to simply be there for them all the time and to be there for them on all levels. Many of these people will attempt to project their guilt onto you and then judge you for it and try to make you feel guilty for not being there when they really needed you most. These people will attempt to control your energies. And if you succumb to these type of people, you place yourself in danger of simply becoming their servant, their emotional punching bag and their source of emotional strength. In becoming this to these people, not only do you damage yourself, but you also damage them, because they will never find the path to wisdom by depending upon others. When giving to people, a true gift is that which occurs when you are really giving of yourself. Act from your heart. Give of love and respect. Share your knowledge, share your wisdom, but above all, know your connection to the person you are talking to, and give freely of your smile and freely of your loving heart. Giving to people, giving to your partner, your brother, your sister, your mother, father, son, daughter, giving to friends and strangers, this does not mean allowing yourself to be taken advantage of. It doesn't mean allowing yourself to become a victim. But the key to understanding this, though, and the beauty of it all, lies in the fact that in all such encounters, in all encounters when you actually are giving to someone and giving of your heart and helping someone, then your heart is telling you the truth. You just have to learn to listen to it. You have to learn its language. Your heart will tell you if you're being taken advantage of. Do you have that warm, fuzzy feeling in this giving exchange that's occurring? Or are you simply being used, and is your intuition telling you to run a mile? Because if that's what's happening, then you probably need to get out of that situation. And in that situation, what you're doing is not giving. What you're doing is being taken advantage of, and you're succumbing to fear by allowing yourself to be taken advantage of. You've just got to be aware of what energy you're centered in, and whether you are truly giving or whether you're being taken from. It's all about energy, folks. you will know what energetic state you're in if you just listen to your heart. We are remarkable creatures, folks, and we can do remarkable things. Understanding this energy field and understanding how you interact with this energy field is just part of it. We can literally create our own realities. We can change the world around us. We can even heal ourselves of sickness and physical afflictions. It's all about energy. The key to it all is an understanding of energy.